The renminbi is a very unique currency. Among the top 20 mainstream currencies in the world today, its uniqueness even exceeds that of the Russian ruble. The ruble is unique because it's under sanctions. But the renminbi is unique because it's always been a mainstream currency. If the world were a village, every household would use real money, but in the Chinese household, they use IOUs. Now, this is a massive loophole. The reason the renminbi was in this IOU state before was because China was small and weak. Nobody took China seriously right up until the Clinton era. When China joined the WTO, the renminbi was under strict control as a non-convertible currency. The United States and other major Western developed nations didn't think this was a big deal at the time. And why did Western society back then, the US and major European countries and economies, not force the renminbi to open up immediately, showing such a high level of tolerance instead? Why did Clinton tolerate Zhu Rongji's rogue behavior? Why didn't he force Jiang Zemin and Zhu Rongji to commit to a free market exchange rate for the renminbi in the WTO agreement? Why? Because of the 1998 Asian financial crisis. During the Asian financial crisis, free market currencies in emerging Asian nations were a total mess. Thailand, the Philippines, South Korea, even Japan and Singapore were all affected. These countries in the crisis were emerging economies and their economic scale wasn't smaller than China's back then. Especially South Korea. Their currency was opened up too early, with both capital and trade accounts fully liberalized, allowing for the free conversion of the Korean won. Capital sharks like Soros took them down in an instant. South Korea almost collapsed as a nation. In 1998, the South Korean people, ordinary citizens, donated their own gold jewelry to save the national economy. So when Jiang Zemin and Zhu Rongji said, "I don't want to end up like them," Clinton was speechless. The negotiators on that side were like, "Oh, well, that makes sense. It really does. Look, South Korea got totally wrecked. Damn, we can't let that happen." The United States, to be honest, still has a bottom line. So they didn't force China to open both the trade and capital accounts for the renminbi or force it into free conversion. This is exactly why the renminbi has been able to keep playing rogue. The US isn't a dictatorship. With every new president comes a new administration. So when a new US president takes office, they often set this issue aside because a new administration doesn't always follow the previous one's policies. So after Clinton left office, successive US presidents, one after another, term after term, all kept pushing back the issue of the renminbi's liberalization. So before you know it, 5 years pass, and then another 5 years. One 5-year term, 2, 3, 4 5-year terms later, China's trade volume is number 1 in the world, becoming the world's factory. China can adjust its RMB exchange rate at will, completely free from market control. It's all the People's Bank of China calling the shots, which is the Chinese government, and China's the PBOC's currency manipulation officials happen to be students of Greenspan. Greenspan is the Fed, the father of the modern Federal Reserve, and Yi Gang, people like him and Zhou Xiaochuan, they all came from under Greenspan's wing after getting first-hand intelligence and technology on modern currency management from the US Federal Reserve. They implemented long-term foreign exchange management at the PBOC. They developed a world-unique foreign exchange dual-track system, the local currency dual-track system, splitting the RMB into onshore and offshore RMB. The offshore RMB's base is in Hong Kong, freely exchangeable, but offshore RMB has only one dealer, the Bank of China in Hong Kong. In other words, only the Bank of China has the RMB spot. They control the source. For the rest of the world, whether going long or short, you have to trade against the PBOC or its designated agents. This is the control method for offshore RMB. As for onshore RMB, it goes without saying, it's the same as before, just like in 1949. It has nothing to do with you. The fact that you can freely exchange RMB now, up to $50,000 a year, that's a historical fluke. It won't always be like this.